tinatanong sa aking isipan, bakit kailangang husgahan ang iyong nararamdaman? Ano ba ang tamang batayan upang tayo'y pakinggan? Dapat mataas ba ang iyong pinagmulan? Kahit nasasaktan ang aking sarili, pilit na itinatago at walang sinasabi. Puso ko may nagdurugo, ya'y di kita ng iba. Basta't ang mahalaga, bayan ko'y masaya. Lalaban ako sa mundo, dala ang pangalan mo. Pinoy ako, Pinoy tayo. Lalaban ako sa mundo, kapalit may buhay ko. Lalaban ako para sa Pilipino. Maging kayo ay may pangarap sa bayan, ang makatulong sa kapwa o magbigay karangalan. Kahit maging sino ka man, lukha o mayaman, kung para sa bayan, sabay tayong lalaban. Lalaban ako sa mundo, dala ang pangalan mo. Pinoy ako, Pinoy tayo. Lalaban ako sa mundo, kapalit may buhay ko. Lalaban ako para sa Pilipino. Lalaban ako, lalaban ako. Lalaban ako sa mundo, dala ang pangalan mo. Pinoy ako, Pinoy tayo. Lalaban ako sa mundo, kapalit may buhay ko. Lalaban ako para sa Pilipino. Lalaban ako para sa Pilipino. Lalaban ako para sa bayan ko.
Ayan. From our sponsors in Claveria, Cagayan. Magandang gabi, lahing kayo manggisan, mandako ng mundo, ipagmalaki po natin na tayo po'y isang mabuting Pilipino na kahit anuman ang mangyari ay hindi tayo magigiba sa ngalan ng serbisyo publiko. Live and direct from our deputy headquarters in Batangas City, Philippines, on behalf of our personnel in Yokohama, Japan, I'm Stephen Perez. Magandang gabi po sa ating lahat, mga kasama nating 18. We're in the zone and let's break. It is a Saturday, January 22, 2022, and it is ang daming dos. We all have lots of twos here. January 22, 2022. Even my tongue is being twisted sa haba ng petsang ito. Ang oras na natin, 10 minutes after 7 o'clock in the evening here in the Philippines, and also 10 minutes after 8 o'clock in the evening in Tokyo metro area and Yokohama, the main headquarters of Mabuhay Radio Japan Worldwide. And it is now 6:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the United States East Coast. Muli, isang magandang gabi po mula dito sa bansang Pilipinas and the Asia Pacific. Kasama po natin ang ating mga fans, ang mga 18, mga fans ng SB19. Let's greet everyone. Unahin natin ang isa sa mga co-producers ng programang ito, si El Rosales. El, good evening.
Hi, good evening everyone. Good evening, 18. Hi, gozaimasu.
Konbawa, it's good evening.
Konbawa.
Konbawa.
Sorry, I don't know Japanese. I only know English because I learned it from my bestie who is our guest here right now.
Yeah.
So, hi everyone. Good evening.
Good evening. And there's also Lance. Lance, good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
And there's also si Jenilyn. Good evening. Isa sa mga bagong mukha natin. Jenilyn, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, guys. Good evening, 18.
There's also our new face din, si Jed Pahuko. Jed, good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
From what sector nga pala kayo ng ano? From what sector pala kayo ng 18? Anong fans club, ano? Yung mga association si kasamang Jed. Jed, tagasan ka and from anong association ng mga 18 ng hawak mo ngayon?
I'm from from Northern Samar po Association. Tagamanukan. Tagamanukan po. Ken Bias.
From Northern Samar, from Eastern Visayas. Then isa sa ating mga kabalen, si AK. AK, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. My name is AK.
Then there's also Sheena Abigail from General Santos City. Sheena, good evening.
Good evening po. Good evening, everyone.
Isa rin sa mga bagong mukha, ayun, humahabol si Mary Kaisha from Mary Kaisha Inong. Good evening.
Good evening din po.
At taga saan at ilang buwan ka ng 18 or ilang taon?
Hello. I'm from Cagayan Valley.
Oy, from the Cagayan Valley. Good evening. And there's also isa rin sa ating mga bagong mukha dito, si Nova Barrios. Nova, good evening.
Good evening po. I'm from Las Piñas and mag-1 year na pong 18. Hello, 18. Good evening.
Hello 18. Kung sakaling nahihiwagaan, kung sakaling namamalikmata ang ating mga kasamahan, there are some of the people that that are not around for this broadcast. Si Hides, Comfy Mom from Lipa City, she isn't available tonight dahil iba't ibang okasyon ngayon, mga fiesta, puro piestahan ng iba't ibang okasyon ngayon. That's why there are not much people available. There's also Ian Payabyab, yung iba nating mga kasamahan, they aren't available. And kung sakali, if anybody would miss the episode, this program will be uploaded on Facebook and YouTube. Then there are also Twitter followers of our guests that would be sure that would come in handy in the latter hours of our broadcast. But before we go to our guest for tonight, let's have a rundown first. Pasadahan muna natin ang mga nagbabagang balita mula sa kaugnay sa SB19. Last Monday, pinaputok natin na halos magwa 100 million hits na sa Spotify ang kabuuang playlist ng SB19. 98.8 million na siya as of last Monday. Then we're just having 1.2 million left before we hit 100 million streams sa Spotify. For the first 100 million streamers sa Spotify ay mayroong reward ang nasabing music streaming firm. Then also pinasadahan din natin ang 6th week, ang record tying na paghahari ng Bazinga sa US Billboard Hot Trending Song Chart. Then there's also the upcoming single ni Pablo. Then we will talk about that for later. Then ayun, our station manager Sir Edmar Estabilio is also watching. So please mga 18, kindly share this broadcast. Makikishare po ha kung gaano po tayo kalakas sa Twitter dahil sa mga botohan sa naganap na botohan. The votation was so intense. Let's continue to share even the weekly show that we have para ho tayo ay mas lalo pang mapalakas. Before we go further with our guest, let's give way first to our shout outs on the comment section of our Facebook Live. The General Manager of Pambuhay Radio Japan Worldwide over there in Yokohama, Ma'am Love Grace Estabilio is also coming in. Okay, let's read first. Ayan, sabi ko nga po, let's continue to share this broadcast ha mga 18. Continue to share on the group chat, the messenger. Kasi ang lakas po natin sa messenger and even social media, sa Twitter nga, ang lakas natin. Let's continue to do the same, especially sa mga FB stands so that we could rack up more while our guest is here. Let's return first to the comment section. We have our general manager, Love Grace Gracias Estabilio is watching. Arlene Pradanos, good evening. Clarita Manibog, Naimbaga Rabii from Claverianos. Then Lance Christian Melo, one of our fellow 18 regulars. Arlene Pradanos, good evening. Nova Barrios, good evening. Then si Mary, then Christina de Guzman, Vanessa Tabangin, Jamaica Lupenya, Vanessa Tabangin again. There's Juliana Lidor, and our station manager, Sir Edmar Estabilio. And we will get to our station manager later. We will talk about him a little bit, and then because he's also a big fan of SB19. If I may tell the story that our station manager is a big fan of SB19, so that we could please share this broadcast sa ating mga Facebook groups para mas marami tayo. Without further ado, let's now go to the main creme of the crep of this broadcast. Tanda niyo last week, we had Lydia Lane from the United Kingdom. Today, we flew across the Atlantic. We flew across the Atlantic just to have her here. And she's also a fan of SB19. She's also having reaction videos on other artists, but her priority is mostly SB19. She has 24.2 YouTube subscribers. That's 24,200 YouTube subscribers. 28.2 Twitter followers. She has also been featured on many stations across the Philippines, including 99.5 DWRT in Metro Manila. And she became so famous because of the term bestie, and every 18 just loved it. Minahal talaga ng mga kasamahan nating 18 ang term na bestie. Let's give now the floor. Kayo dyan mga 18 ha, just keep on firing questions to our bestie so that we will have equal share of this ha. para sabay-sabaw tayo. One more time, let's give it up for our guest of honor, Paige of Paige X Pop from the United States.
Woo!
Paige,
Hi,
good,
bestie.
good.
Hi, besties. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. First of
Hi.
all, I'm excited.
And thanks for waking up early with us, Paige.
Of course.
Yes, it is past 6 a.m. in the East Coast, 6:20 to be exact, and it is now past dinner time here in the Philippines and also in Yokohama, Japan, our main headquarters. So, um, let's let me ask you first. How did you know about SB19? Because I'm researching in your YouTube channel. You have been posting SB content for almost 3 years already. How did you discover them?
So, I originally was reacting to just K-pop on my channel, and I also was on Twitter a lot. And I literally saw the viral tweet on my timeline, like the go up like tweet, and someone quoted it and was like, "Oh, like this is a group from the Philippines." I think whoever I followed must have been from the Philippines as well. And so I'm really like drawn to dancing. People might know that, I don't know. But so yeah, I was excited and I just like looked them up after that and then reacted to them. And then yeah, it's been almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years this year that I discovered them. So yeah.
Oh, so what was you said already the first video that you got into with SB19 was the viral go up, correct?
Hmm.
And how did you feel initially about it? Your initial reaction. You were a little bit worried that that only a few people would know about and like it. What was your what was your immediate feelings a mere hours and days after you uploaded your first SB19 reaction video?
Um, I had no idea if people were gonna like know who they were or not, but like there was a lot of new people that came and found me, and everyone was super welcoming. And actually, everyone was like typing out super long comments of like all of the information about them. So that really helped me. And I feel like the days after, I just like dove into like their like whatever I could information I could find on them, their social medias, because they all had their own. And I just kind of like researched them, got to know them, and I watched like every single video that existed of them, as I feel like everyone does whenever they discover them. So I was sucked in.
Oh, you were sucked into them. What were the characteristics, the factors that you got really hooked with all five of them?
I feel like initially it was like their dancing and just how talented they were. They were so synchronized. But I also, there wasn't that many Showbreak episodes of them, but I feel like I watched the ones that were up. I don't even think most of them had English subtitles, but I still watched them anyways because they were so funny. Like you could just tell, like their personalities, I could still tell. So yeah, I think the Showbreak episodes really like helped. I feel like right when I started liking them, the Halloween special came out, which was so funny. So that really helped too. I really saw a lot of their personalities through that.
The
Oh,
Halloween special. It's where they went through the horror house,
Yeah,
right?
and still had to just go to the bathroom so
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, yes. Still, still was really scared,
He was so scared. That poor boy.
and Ken was only there taking selfies of those those ghosts there, and he was having fun, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that video's hilarious. I still like go back and watch that video.
Yeah.
all right. So, what year was it? What exact year was the Halloween special that Paige is referring to for the benefit of our for the new people in the fandom? Para ma-elaborate natin.
It was 2019. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure. 2019.
it was 2019, the
Mhm.
Halloween special. Among the five, who's your bias or amo as the new generation of fans are already beginning to call it?
Okay, so I I feel like I switch my bias a lot. Um, People probably already know that. So I've biased all of them at some point, but I think right now it's Pablo.
It's Pablo. Why
Yes.
him?
I just feel like that's a great question. He's just so talented and like the way he writes songs and his personality, he's so goofy and like funny. I think he's the whole package. I mean, they all are, but like I don't know.
I see. So the last time around, we had Lydia on for the benefit of our new tuners para po sa mga bagong subaybay lamang dito sa ating lingguhang broadcast about SB19 and 18. We had Lydia Lane last week as our special guest, and her bias was Ken, and I'm also doing my own research about the individual success of the five members, and Ken is kind of an exact opposite because there are some fan sites that are claiming that Ken has the most male fans rather than women. How about Pablo's? Paige, what was the striking factor? And any profile that is that makes Pablo unique aside from being a full frontal package of his repertoire.
I think, or from what I've noticed, the way that he thinks about things is really different than like just an average person, I feel like, and the way he like articulates his words. He's like a genius. I know he probably doesn't like being called that, but like he really is like a genius. Like the way he thinks. I mean, we heard his like little solo snippet song, and like the lyrics are so amazing. And I've also heard from a lot of people, like I don't speak Tagalog like fluently, but I heard that he uses a lot of like deeper rooted Tagalog words that some people don't like use in everyday like conversations, and they say it's like super amazing that he uses stuff like that. So I don't know. I just think the way he thinks is very interesting.
Very interesting that the Pinuno Pablo is also having a lot of following, especially with his solo song coming up. We will deal about Pablo's solo song later in the broadcast if we would have time. But I will now give the floor to our fellow 18 to fire their questions, and if there is anything that would interest me, I would gladly butt in. L, if you would like to take the lead, tayo dyan, sina L, sina Lance, it's your time, and even those in the comment section may fire their questions. L, Mariel, please go ahead.
Oh, bestie. Hi, bestie.
Hi, bestie.
Did you watch? I wonder if you watched the Ozone concert. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did the like live audience for both days.
Oh, I
So I was
see.
there.
That's
It
so
was like at
nice.
4 in the morning for me, but I was okay. I didn't sleep, but I was okay.
And what's your favorite performance
My
from
favorite
our Zoom
performance.
concert?
Oh my gosh, that's so hard. WYAT, Where You At? That definitely was one of my favorites, and I can't wait till the song is released. I'm like waiting patiently, please. And I also like the NSYNC covers that they did in the purple suits, of
Yeah,
course.
I like that as well.
I
And
like wasn't
where you at?
expecting that.
Yeah. Oh, we're definitely besties because I'm waiting patiently for Where You At to be released. And I love that so much. Though once I heard it at right the concert, because I watch it also, but I didn't belong to the live audience.
Mhm.
I've watched the 2 days. So that's just nice. That's just nice. We're definitely besties.
Oh, yes, we are.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes, we're besties.
besties.
Anyone else have a question for Paige, our bestie? Lance, do you have a question?
Ako po.
Hi, bestie.
Hi, bestie.
What is your favorite music video of SB19, bestie?
Ooh, my favorite music video. I feel like it'll have to be What, because it was just so powerful. I mean, like seeing from like their go up video how like the production just like increased so much. I was like amazed. And it's a very powerful message. But also Hanggang Sahuli is also one of my favorites just because the art and like how it looks like an anime is so nice. And the story is so sad. Like when you actually like are watching it. Yeah. Those two probably for me.
I think
All right.
Jeneline spoke a while ago. Jeneline, do you have a
Janeline,
question?
you have a
Yes.
question? Janeline, go ahead, please.
Why do you stand SB19 and how old are you?
Oh, okay. I'm 23. But why I stan SB19, I feel like it's a mixture of a lot of things. I feel like they just work really, really hard. Like obviously all the other groups work so hard, but I think that they really care about their fans too. Like their relationship with their fans is so different than any other group that I've kind of liked in the past. And also they're just humble kings, very humble kings. And it's so nice to see.
All right.
Anyone else have a question?
Anyone still tuloy lang, just continue to fire questions while I'm work.
Sheena.
Okay, Sheena from General Santos.
What is your favorite song of SB19?
My favorite song is Hanggang Sahuli. It's always
Oh.
number one. It was actually my number one played song on my Spotify Wrapped because I listen to it so much.
I don't know why, but I've noticed that most of foreign fans love Hanggang Sahuli, right?
Oh yeah,
Because
I was watching Lydia like on the last week one, and she also said Hanggang Sahuli, and I was like, yes.
yes, Hanggang Sahuli. It's like I don't know what Hanggang Sahuli is also my favorite song. Most of my all of those songs, it's my favorite. If 18 would know, it's my favorite. I could share. It's my favorite because
Hmm.
not only because of the meaning, but because of the music video and all, and how was it made. It's just very creative.
Hmm.
El,
Well,
saglit lang ha, El. I would
yes,
like
yes.
to butt in lang. I'm also curious din bilang bilang baguhang fan din, and also delving in with the intricacies, the inner circle of SB19. When was actually Hanggang sa Huli na released, and is yung music video niya, does it also have its own music video, and it is also performing well ba, El?
Actually, it's performing well, right? It's performing well, and it was released after. I cannot actually remember, but it was released 1 year ago. 1 year ago, right? 1 year ago.
That was pre-pandemic or already at the start of the lockdowns ba? For
I
the
think it's
benefit
start
of
of
our
the
new fans.
lockdown because they couldn't shoot. I think they told it. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but they wasn't able to shoot, and Justin had an idea of making it animated. So he wanted to make it animated for Hanggang Sauli. So I watched Justin. I don't think it's their. I think it's their blog that Justin told the fans or told at the interview that he wanted to make it animated. Really, he has the sketchbook and all. The storyline is there. So it's pandemic already. It's pandemic already
October
because it was
9, 2020
over
po.
9.
October 9.
That was on October 9, 2020. All right. Let's continue firing questions lamang to our bestie here. AK, everyone else, you may do so. We have lots of time in our hands here.
Hi, bestie.
Hi, bestie.
My question, what can you advise to the new people who want to be an 18 and become one of the supporters of SB19?
Oh, that's so deep.
Advice? Oh my gosh. I'm like, I don't know. Let me think. I feel like just go at your own pace. Like I feel like everyone that like goes into it is like, oh my gosh, they have so much content and it's like hard to watch everything. Go at your own pace. I'd also say get Twitter if you can because everyone on Twitter is so welcoming and nice. Like you'll make so many new friends. And good luck picking a bias. That's my last advice.
Good luck on picking a bias or amo as the Filipino 18s would call it. Uh, my gosh, my cannons are kind of jammed here. Speaking of Twitter, uh, I we have been seeing Twitter be going crazy for the past week, especially with the record tying accomplishment of Bazinga. Uh, when did you get a hold first when Bazinga was starting to rack up multiple weeks of dominating the US Billboard Hot Trending Song Chart, number one for a few weeks straight, and how how did you make people stateside aware that there is something like Bazinga existing in their playlist? For the benefit also of everyone, even a digital media outlet in Seattle, Washington, USA is rewarding Bazinga as the record breaker in their song chart. The Channel R radio in Seattle, Washington is doing that. 13 weeks already. How did you get a hold of Bazinga going multiple weeks already at the top of the US Billboard Hot Trending Song Chart?
So I remember like the first week when we got number one, and everyone was like so excited. I didn't expect us to be like week after week. It's so crazy. Like, because I don't know, 18, if they have something they want, they get it. That's what I've learned from joining Twitter. Like, everyone works so hard and it's like a whole group effort. But yeah, I've also been seeing a lot of like US like stations start playing it as well, which is crazy because I haven't like my brain hasn't connected that there's like so many more like fans in the US because whenever I first started like liking SB19, there wasn't many of us. But now I'm like, I feel like there's a ton of us that I don't even realize. So I'm waiting to hear it on my radio station one day. I'm excited. I should probably like call. Maybe I'll call my radio station.
Wait, uh, is that on the FM radio, an FM radio station over there in the East Coast with all those W's on the call sign, or those terrestrial FM, or is it on only on those online internet
From what
radio?
I've seen, because I know there was one that was like in my city that like what everyone was talking about. From what I've seen, it's only online right now, from what I've
Mm.
seen. But I don't know about Channel R. I'd have to like look more into that one. I'm not sure if that one's
Oh, yeah, it's from Seattle, Washington. It's from Seattle, Washington. The Channel R Radio Awards. It's on the West Coast. Then
mm,
SB19 had been reigning for 13 weeks already on their top of the charts, their own charts on in Seattle, Washington. That's why we put that story to put it into context with
mhm.
especially on the East Coast. Uh, y- from where are you exactly along the eastern seaboard, Page?
So I'm kind of like on the border of Eastern and Central. Like I'm right in the middle. Like the nearest city to me would be Chicago, that people would probably know.
Mm. So you're exactly on the borderline between East Coast and the Midwest.
Mhm.
The nearest is Chicago, right?
Yes,
Mm. You're from Indiana or from
close
Illinois?
to, yeah, Indiana.
Oh, you're from the Indiana side of the Midwest. Ah, Guys, kindly fire your questions lang, especially with all that, with the Twitter accomplishment that we've just made. And uh sige lang, I'll just browse through the comments section and read them while you're firing your questions. Sige lang, bato lang.
Me, I have a question for my bestie.
Okay, I'm ready.
If you could tour SB19 at your place, where would you take them?
Oh gosh, I saw you guys ask this to Lydia and her answer was so good, and I'm like, oh no. Okay, so if we're speaking like in Chicago, because around where I live there's nothing to do, so I don't want them to come here. But like maybe if they went to Chicago, there's a lot of like touristy places. We have the Bean. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that in Chicago. It's like a big, huge bean. I don't know how to explain it without making it sound like I'm crazy, but and then they have a building that you can go onto the top and you can like lean out the window, which I think some of them might like, some of them might not, but some of them might. The Lincoln Park Zoo, it's a free zoo. There's a whole bunch of stuff to do. So I'll be waiting for them to come here so I can show them around.
I think they would want to go to the zoo.
The zoo?
Yeah.
Okay, we're taking them to the zoo.
Yeah. Especially Justin. I think Justin would love it. And Ken.
Oh yeah, I think that Ken would like that too.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
no
I'm
more.
I'm reading from the comment section of our Facebook Live. Yaren Nerlin Batrina, our one of our 18s with special conditions. She's a patient with cleft lip and palate. Uh, what has been Paige's big time contributions as an 18 aside from being a content creator, all of those reaction videos, outside of those parameters, what has been the biggest contribution as an 18 that Paige has already
Oh
done to
gosh.
the fan base?
Oh gosh. I don't know. I feel like right now my one mission is to get like all my friends around me to become an 18. I don't know if you guys saw my tweet back when Ozone happened, but I like made my manager at work watch it, watch the concert, like the replay of it, and she really liked it. And also I know I have some K-pop like followers on my YouTube, and a lot of them have actually like came to me and been like, "Oh, like I like SB19 because of your reactions, because I kept seeing your reactions." So my mission is to get everyone I know to stan. That's gonna be my next contribution. I got this.
Let's do this. Let's do this one. Bestie.
Anybody else? Lance
Hi,
or Jen?
bestie.
I have
Go
a
ahead.
question.
Hi, bestie.
Hi.
Who your bias wrecker?
Oh, that's a great question. It also changes, just like my bias, you know? But I feel like it's Stell. Always Stell. I feel like we're very similar personalities. We're both Geminis, born on the same day.
Oh, you're both Gemini.
Yes, and we have the same birthday. I feel like we're just so similar.
Oh, I see. So Stell is very active on TikTok.
He is. He's like a TikTok star. I'm like, okay. I actually woke up and the first thing I saw was his new TikTok. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And what do you love about Stell?
Oh,
Aside from
he's
Pablo
just
and Stell?
he like obviously his voice. He's got like one of the best voices I've actually ever heard, I feel like, and I'm not just saying that. I'm really like his voice is just so good. And also he's just so funny. Like he's like that comedic relief in the friend group, I feel like. He just always has a joke so fast. He's so funny.
All right.
Stephen, I think Nova have a question.
Okay, Nova, go ahead please.
Hi.
Open up your camera. Yan. Buhay na buhay ang
Hi,
camera mo.
bestie.
Hi.
How did you know or feel that you already love the five even through their language is different?
Hmm. I feel like just really through their music. I mean, Hangang Sahuli has been out since I have become a fan, so I always listen to that. I feel like their music is just so you can just tell, like music is universal, obviously. I feel like everyone knows that. Even if you don't know what they're saying, you can kind of like feel what they're saying.
Because
And
of
also,
emotion.
yes, and also I had a lot of nice people help me like translate stuff, so it helped a lot. Not that I need a translation. I'll watch anything. It doesn't matter. Even if there's no English subtitles, I'll
What
watch it.
convinced you to stan SB19?
What convinced me?
Yeah.
I think really their talent and their personalities. I mean, also the fact that they like make their own music is so crazy because I feel like they have so many songs that we like don't even know exist right now. So like, yeah, the fact that they like make their own music, they're so talented, they're so down to earth, like their personalities are just so good.
How did you become an 18, ate?
How I became one, I saw the Go Up dance practice, the viral video, like so that like got my attention real quick and then I went from there.
All
If you
right.
are given a chance to spread the name of SB19 in your country, how can you convince them to recognize the SB19 group?
How can I convince them? I feel like I would just have to show them. I think I would show them a live performance because they always sing live. Their vocals are always so good. I think I would show them a live performance. Maybe them at the Round Festival. I really liked that performance. I think that would
Oh.
convince everybody. And if it doesn't, they don't have taste.
Oh, our bestie also got hold of the events covering the Round Festival. That especially last week. We had Lydia Lane last week talk with us about the Round Festival. Her reaction to that. Uh, Before we continue firing those questions, I would like to shuffle a bit with all those here in the comment section. Let me shout out K. Meredith De Cinco. Good evening. Our 18 PWD, si Yari Nerlin Batrina, good evening again. Kisha Mugas, good evening. Danica Luib Grutas, Liuliwa Rivera, good evening. Faustina Gawiran Somera, naimbag rabi ka na kayo amin dyan sa Amianan, Aluson. Nasagot na ni Paige yung ilan sa mga tanong dito ni wait. Es, Yari Nerlin Batrina, you're such a genius. Since our guest is living closer to Chicago, what food are you going to cook to Pablo in case that you would be meeting him in person? If you would invite him near Chicago, especially you have deep dish pizza, all of those Chicago style food. What what kind of staple would you give Pablo if he would come to visit you in Chicago land?
So I can't cook, so I'm not gonna cook for him because I don't want him to like, you know. But Chicago is really famous for Chicago style hot dogs. So I'd have to give him one of those. We'd have to do that because I think he would like it. That would be my one food I give to Pablo. It's
He will
very fitting.
definitely,
Right, it's
he
very
would love
fitting.
it.
Thank you. Let's continue to read some of them. Ludivina Pascua Saliven, thank you for watching from Claveria, Cagayan. Priscilla Hughes. Actually, Priscilla Hughes from, if she's an overseas 18, we have already answered the question. Paige's bias is Pablo. Then Yara Nerlin Batrina again is she's really making noise in the comment section. I think nasagot na din ito kanina ni Paige of why of all the groups, even the K-pop groups that she's also reacting, why SB19 is one of the topmost in her list. I think she's already answered that. Maribel Garlitos Magbanwa, she's asking what was the most challenging thing that you have experienced about being an 18, especially in a land like the United States, where it's kind of a dog eat dog world when it comes to those local and international artists breaking through the mainstream. What was the challenging part of being that?
I think the most challenging is just like kind of what you mentioned is just like spreading the word over here because I feel like everyone right now is just so like K-pop like in the US, but I'm like there's other stuff out there that's like so good if you would just like be more open-minded. So like spreading the word definitely I think is the most challenging, but I think that it's really working these days. Like everyone seems very open-minded about SB19 and as like the radio stations in America that are playing them are helping a lot too. So I feel like just getting other people from other countries to get to know them more than like their music, but like really get to know them because I feel like once you get to know their personalities, you like really become a big fan of them.
All right. Uh, anybody please continue to fire questions lang because I'm shuffling even through this Twitter feed, and we have already gotten 3 retweets of our live video broadcast on Twitter. Chrissy G is retweeting this broadcast on Twitter. Then there is also an account with the username Pinoy Pop DG94, a very supportive fan account that is retweeting this broadcast sa Twitter. Thank you for those of you joining us on Twitter. Uh, Mabuhay Radio Japan Worldwide's official Twitter page is at Mabuhay Radio 1, so please do check it out and for the latest news and especially when we are retweeting broadcasts about the weekly episodes of this program about SB19. Guys, anything more to say before we talk about with Paige all of those big tweets that the Twitter waves that have been happening over the past week, especially with the quest for SB19 to break the all-time tide, because we have already tied it this week. The 6 weeks atop the YouTube, no, the US Billboard Hot Trending Song Chart. Guys, magtanong lang kayo, siguro yung mga mas ano pa, yung mga mas intricate pa with our guest for tonight, our bestie. Fire away lang.
I think Lance, do you have a question?
Sheena has, and nag-unmute
Sheena?
si Sheena. Go
Sheena, do you
ahead.
have a question?
Hello, bestie. Good evening.
Hello.
I just wanna ask you if you are marupok, like you know marupok,
Uh,
like one of us.
if she easily falls for handsome guys, that is the
Ah.
meaning of marupok.
I feel I don't know, am I? Maybe I am. I don't know. I feel like though the personality has to be there too, you know. But sometimes it depends.
Because we 18, no, right? We 18 here in the Philippines call someone who is changing his or her bias a lot. It's called marupok.
Oh, then
So that's
yeah.
it.
That's me. That's
Yes.
me.
That's right.
Hi, bestie.
Hi.
I'm here again, bestie. Okay. I assume that you know the ships that 18 are making out of the members like Kentin, Ken
Mhm.
and Justin, Kentel, Kenistel, and many more. What do ship the most? What do ship that you love the most?
Can't tell.
We
That's
are
my
same
favorite.
bestie.
Oh my gosh. Their friendship is just like so sweet.
Kenta for the win. Yeah, me too,
Enter for the win.
Kenta. But I'm just curious, Peach, because last time Miss Lydia was also here, and she also said Kentel. But
Really?
yes, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Uh, I'm just curious do you love that ship? Can tell. Ken and Steph together.
I feel like their friendship is just so like sweet and cute. Like you can tell like Ken is just 100% like comfortable in himself when like Stell's around. I don't know. You just can tell. Can tell. Got it.
Yeah, that's why it's
Best,
called Can Tell.
yeah.
Yes.
Bestie, do you go the poultry sometime?
Oh, of course I
Poultry.
do. I actually Ken was my bias like when I first like started liking them, Ken was like my bias
Hi,
for a while.
bestie. I'm here again. Have you heard Ken Solo, the Palayo?
Of course. It's
And
so good.
how do you what do you like the most about it? What part? Did
For
you watch
Palayo?
the music video? Did you watch it?
Oh, of course I did. Yes, I did. It was so good.
What part of the music video did you like the most?
What part of the music video? I actually liked, I don't know if anyone else noticed this but me, but I liked how at the beginning it was like black and white and then it like turned to color. And all of
Oh,
the outfits were so good. Him on the staircase, he was looking great. The whole music video was just so good.
and bestie, someone wants to have a shout out from you, Ian. Ian.
Ian Payabyab,
Ian.
he's
Hi,
one of our
Ian.
regulars. Hindi nga lang natin siya kasama ngayon, si Ian Payabyab from Pampanga.
Hi, Ian. Hi, bestie.
Oh, Ian. AK, another one of our colleagues from Pampanga, please, marami pa naman tayong oras. If you have anything in mind, please, magtanong ka lang to our bestie here.
Hi. I don't really have any question, but how about this? Hi, bestie. If,
Hi.
hi. If given a chance to meet SB19, what is the very first thing that you will do?
That I will do?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll probably be like, hey, besties. No, maybe not that. I feel like I would just, that might be what comes out of my mouth at first because I'll be nervous. But I feel like I'll just say, oh my gosh, what will I do? That's a great question. Oh no, I don't know what I would do. Who knows what I'll do? I feel like I'll just tell them. I mean, assuming it would be in America, maybe if they came to America, I would just be like, tell them I'm so proud of them for like if they perform here or whatever they do here. I would just be like, I'm so proud of you and welcome. I hope you don't hate it. Please come back.
All right. Speaking of Chicago, there is also a Filipino-American operated online awards giving body, the Tag Media Chicago. I actually did a piece on that report. That was, I think, 2 weeks ago, that hailed the SB19 and their record holder, Sony Music Philippines, as the band of the year. That was when the New Year came, the New Year weekend. Everyone may check it out on Mabuhay Radio. Just type in the 18 SB19 and then Chicago. Then I had a video report about that. So please do check it out for the benefit of every 18 that would be watching this broadcast. Uh, all right. 3 minutes before we hit 8 o'clock in the evening here in the Philippines, 3 minutes before we hit 9 o'clock in the evening in Tokyo, Japan, and it is almost 7 a.m. Eastern. But don't go away. Tayo lamang ay magbibigay daan pa with Paige, asking her about her own life outside of being a content creator, and a few more of our 18 questions and our own commentaries about the biggest events that came, especially with Pablo's single and everything that would come out with it. Uh, our technician lang, if anybody would do a bathroom break, Camille will play a little bit of our commercials. We will be back in 2 minutes saka sakali para makapag ano naman tayo, para makahinga tayo ng konti. Let's rest for a little bit. Camille, pasuyo ha. 2 minutes worth of commercials, and then we will be back after 2 minutes para sa ating mga just to refresh everyone's mind para sa kabatiran ng ating mga taga-subaybay sa kasakali ano. If Camille is on the monitoring side of things. Pero uh, kung hindi man, we will just keep on keeping on. We are almost at the top of the hour na din naman kasi almost 8 o'clock in the evening here in Manila. But let's just keep on keeping on with it. We will just pause for a few seconds for our station identification. Camille, a few commercial breaks lang. Ilang mga patalastas muna. Magbabalik tayo after these messages. We will still continue to talk with Paige about her life outside of being a content creator and other events kaugnay ng SB19. 2 minutes commercial break muna tayo. Pero putulin yung live ha. Hindi natin puputulin yung live. We will just play commercial ads lang, Camille. Magpatugtog ka muna ng ilan sa mga Delta Star. Hatid sa atin ng Delta Star.
Preventive maintenance of indoor and outdoor power substations. Delta Star Power Manufacturing Corporation also offers general repair and reconditioning of power and distribution transformers, manufacture of dry-type transformers, and rental of power transformers. Delta Star Power Manufacturing Corporation. The Transformer People has 24 hours full of energy service for everyone. Owned and managed by a professional electrical engineer, Reynaldo C. Dakiga. Located at 1613 Samuel Street, Jordan Plains Subdivision, Novaliches, Quezon City. Telephone number 8939-5431 and 0918-901-0023.
All right, we are back. Nagbabalik po tayo dito sa Mabuhay Radio Japan Worldwide na walang takot at walang pinapaboran. The time now is a minute after 8 in the evening, Philippine Standard Time, and it is now a minute after 9, Japan Standard Time. Hatid po muli sa atin yan ng Delta Star Power Manufacturing Corporation by Engineer Reynaldo C. Dakigan. We are back with our 18. Magpakilala ulit tayong lahat for the benefit ng mga nakatutok sa atin ngayon lamang. There's our co-producer, El Rosales. El, pakilala ulit tayo.
Hi everyone, good evening. I'm El from Batangas.
And also there's Lance. Dire-diretso na kayo para wala tayong putol.
Hi! Hi, ATIN! I'm Lance from Pampanga. Sana masarap ulam nyo.
Hi guys, I'm Nova. I'm from Las Piñas.
Hi, hello. I'm Sheena from General Santos City.
Hi, my name is Jenny Lynn. I'm from Valenzuela.
Hi, my name is Mary Kay Inong from Cagayan Valley.
All right. AK,
Hi, I'm AK from Laguna.
thank you. Before we go back with Paige, basahin muna natin ang ilan sa mga shoutouts dito from our comment section. Ma'am Jocelyn Agarapao Lopez, Kombawa, thank you for watching from Pangasinan. Masantosya Rabii. Kung tama tayo yung pagkabigas nating Pangasinan si Masantosya Rabii. Luyag Ed Pangasinan. Then Mel Caridawan, Ma'am Mel, hindi po si Sir Edmar ang kasama natin ngayon. Ito po yung special Saturday broadcast. Kasama niyo po ang inyong lingkod, ang inyong pong sendbat sa patrol number 2, Stephen Saraspe Perez. Pansamantala po munang nagmamando po ng ating pagpoprograma for the weekend. And then there's also Maribel Garlitos Magbanwa. We will get back to her question later, no? let's get back first with Paige. Outside of your YouTube duties as a content creator, do you have any regular 9 to 5 jobs? Especially uh, we would like to know more about your educational attainment, your work, your regular 9 to 5. What are you doing outside of your YouTube duties?
So actually, I graduated college last May 2021. Yay! I'm done with school. And then I have a full-time job now. I am a merchandise coordinator at a store in America.
Mm. Uh, that's in your Indiana town near Chicago. That's your
Yeah,
that
well, we have they're like store. It's a popular store that's all over the US, but yeah, the one I work at is
the Walter Mart, Sears, or not it?
no, none of those.
Costco, because
Oh,
the
I
few
wish I worked at Costco.
the few American brands that I'm popular with are those Walter Mart, Costco. There's also the Sears. Uh, I I'm encountering all those American names, especially when I'm watching international news like
Oh
CNN.
yeah.
That is how that's how I am familiar with the United States. And uh, uh so far, Paige, with your YouTube duties, does the income generated of you being a content creator uh make ends meet with your academic payments for your tuition fees back then, and also your current day job? It suffices more, right? It now already suffices, given that the the reduction and retrenchment of everybody else due to the pandemic.
So I really don't make any money on YouTube. So that's why I'm working a 9 to 5 job. So I'm okay there, but yeah, no, YouTube doesn't pay like reactors, which I think a lot of people don't know. Because we get copyrighted on everything. So
Mm,
we don't get money.
uh, that means your videos are not monetized, even though with your lots of followers, 24,000 subscribers, and 28,000 followers on Twitter combined. You didn't seek for monetization of your content.
Well, some videos do, but if I'm reacting to music, it it does not. So I'm working my 9 to 5.
Oh.
Same, bestie. I'm also working at actually
Right,
it's
we
eight
gotta
to
pay those
five.
bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really got in the play to pay those bills, but here in the Philippines it's not 9 to 5. It is 8 to 5. The regular office hours here in the Philippines is 8 to 5,
Hmm.
not 9 to 5. But we just get on with it. And for the benefit of our guest, Paige, every 18 that we've had for our companions, our regular companions, every Saturday evening here in the Asia Pacific region are also local content creators in their own right, doing what they do best to
Ooh.
promote SB19. Uh, as for the benefit of our guest, Page, we will give the floor to our content creators na kasama natin ngayon to brief her on what they usually do in relation to our voice. Go ahead lang, guys.
I think I should start that, Stephen.
Go.
So, I'm not actually, I don't think I'm a famous content creator, but an 18 content creator, but I am active on Twitter and I'm active on TikTok. Yeah, I'm active on TikTok. I'm making videos about, you know, page those POVs, like you're talking to another
Ooh, yeah.
person. Yeah, those POV videos.
Ooh.
Some of those, most 18, I think most 18 are making that content for SB19, because somehow they're taking videos from the live of the boys and they're making stories out of it. So they're really
Ooh.
creative, yes. And sometimes they dance, yeah, we dance on the songs, and they some sing also as well. And I think, yeah, 18 are talented.
Yeah, they
18 are
are.
talented.
They're so
Yeah.
talented.
Yes. I guess, yeah, he's not here right now, but one of our besties here, Kevin, John Kevin Batas, is sketching, outfits for the boys.
Ooh,
Sketching
outfits.
outfits. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
So that's how content creators do, what 18 content creators here in the Philippines do. They have a lot in mind.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
guys will
guess
have
we
to
have a
like give
lot in
me, you guys will have to like give me your link so I can follow you on everything after this.
And
yeah,
yeah, we're also doing reaction videos.
Ooh,
yeah. Please,
okay.
please do, Paige. Please do follow our fellow content creators that are
Yes, I
here.
will.
So that we could strengthen the network, especially with here on Facebook, then also on Twitter. I'm shuffling my cell phone in between our Facebook live and our Twitter feed because there are still some people that are retweeting this live video through Twitter. This one with the username of Sistine Ed. Wait, let me read it properly. Uh, Sistine Sistine Hain. Uh, I just can't read it because of the font. Uh, Sistine Edhane. That's SISTINEEDHANE. She's also an 18 account here. She also retweeted and liked this broadcast on Twitter. But for the benefit of everyone, we are not broadcasting on Twitter. It's just on Facebook and YouTube. We just shared the Facebook link, and we have lots and lots of people retweeting this on the social media platform. That's why uh, we do ask your a little bit of indulgence and understanding because we need to shuffle a little bit from our platforms just to read them all. Ah, let's now go to another topic of interest, especially with the past week. Oh, para po sa mga kamabuhay natin, sa mga nakalipas na araw, we have reported the almost milestone goal of 100 million streams on Spotify. Then there's also the the release of Pablo's solo. Then especially with the Bazinga tying the sixth. W- At the first part of our show, we have talked about Bazinga already racking up records and eventually tied the all-time longest reigning song at the US Billboard Hot Trending Song chart. Uh, we will just wait until Tuesday or Wednesday to officially know if we have beaten it or not. But w- with with SB19's Bazinga tying the all-time record, it is now tied with BTS's Butter. What was the initial reaction by Paige when she learned about that a Filipino act like SB19 already tied a global phenomenon like BTS, whom they are picking up an inspiration to succeed in the field of music?
I mean, I wasn't surprised because I know that 18 are like so dedicated when it comes to like voting and tags and stuff like that. But I feel like it's just such a good, I don't even know how to explain. I feel like nobody expected it, like maybe like the general public or like stuff like that. So I feel like it's really helped them kind of get their name out there because if you see someone that's number one for that many weeks, people are gonna start thinking, oh, like it's number one for a reason. I'm gonna like listen to it. And I've actually seen a lot of tweets of people like saying, oh, like I listened to Bazinga because it was, number one and they liked it. So I wasn't surprised, but but I'm so happy for them. It's so crazy. And I hope that we can beat the record. That would be so awesome.
How about Jed and all our other creators such as Lance? Magsalita naman kayo para sa kabatiran na din ng ating mga kamabuhay natin. Yung pakiramdam ninyo na sa loob ng 6 na linggo we have tied the all-time longest reigning record sa US Billboard. Lahat na tayo everybody would be having the same feeling that it is a Filipino pride. It is a little bit of a pride for everyone else na who may be monitoring all those social media platforms. I would like to see to tell you my experience. Kaliwat kanan eh. It left right. Every time you scroll, there are a lots of bar graphs that depict how many tweets have been done for Bazinga. The the lead. I think L could summarize what we have been experiencing. Lahat tayo we have been put on massive tweeting alerts.
Yeah.
Sandamakmak. Yeah.
Yes, Stephen. I know Paige also knows that uh, what we've experienced, especially here in the Philippines, um, especially those past few days that we're actually getting tweets and we're mentioning SB19 and those tags Bazinga SB19. What I've experienced is the last 5 hours. The last 5 hours before the cutoff, there had been a mass voting, and I'm really active. I'm doing my work, and I'm tweeting at the same time. So I really want to participate. Then I can't help myself but tweet and tweet and tweet because the gap is so still still big, still high. But during those 5 hours, because of tweeting, eating tweeting Bazinga, we actually reached a gap. We actually reached that gap. And even though we didn't win the 6th week, or we didn't pass through BTS, we're on the 6th week and we didn't get it. We're on the number two. It's 2 million mentions from the start, but we got through 7 million mentions during those 5 hours. Yes. So that is so nice, and I witnessed it because I was doing my work and I was doing tweeting and tweeting and tweeting. So it was actually crazy. The Twitter world is crazy about that. So it's like, even though we didn't get, we're at the number two. It's like an achievement for us because most fandoms, every fandom of other groups are helping us. US 18 are helping us. Europe 18 are helping us as well. So I think it's the biggest achievement for us. The witness that 2 million mentions came from 2 million to 7 million mentions during those 5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
That, that's a massive wave, L. Ang laki eh. Ang laki ng itinalon kahit na wag naman natin sigurong bulilyasuin yung mga baka pag sinabi natin agad, even though we still don't have any official posters yet from Billboard, baka may mga ma-trigger na tayo na ilan sa mga let's make them release the official thing first bago tayo magsalita ng patapos. But returning to that point, uh, paikutin muna natin yung angulo to the US state side. Here in the Philippines, Twitter be going crazy, even Facebook groups be going crazy, tagging Bazinga, and what what was the what was the magnitude of those tweeting Bazinga, especially on the state side page? Given that there are also significant presence of US 18 there, was it also kind of crazy? Just like in 5 hours, there are millions and millions of tweets using those hashtags, or was there some kind of subdued intensity?
I feel like I follow mostly people from the Philippines, so I really don't know. I know I do follow US 18 and I follow a lot of the members of US 18, like their own personal accounts, and I know how hard they were working. And I kept seeing on my timeline like those tweets that were like, "Oh, just reply 20 times with like your favorite songs." And those tweets help a lot too. I feel like if you ever see that on your timeline and if you have time, reply to them. But yeah, I guess I really only see the US 18 on my timeline a lot because I just don't follow that many. I don't know of many people in the US that have Twitters. So, but I know my friends in the US were tweeting.
All
Like
right.
my one friend, Melly, she always tweets like at least 20 times a day.
Whoa, 20 times a day. That's one heck of a load to tweet just to just to run up the score if that idiom could be properly applied if I'm using the correct idiom. But uh Twitter was already crazy with the counting, with all of those balloting for Bazinga SB19 to in its quest to become the all-time leader at 7 weeks. But let's go first to another one of Twitter be going crazy stuff. Uh, Pablo's upcoming solo. I also did a report on that here on Mabuhay Radio. The SB19 Pablo's upcoming solo single. They are also using some promotional hashtags such as Allbap, the reverse of Pablo. For the L, siguro ikaw muna ang magpaliwanag kung bakit nga ba all bap? Sino ba nga ba nagpasimulan ng all bap na Alpha Comes Home patungkol sa single ni Pablo?
Actually, it was him, all Bob. The all Bob came from him because he's using it at, at his gaming page. And Alpha, I don't know, maybe that's a hint for his song. Don't know. I really don't have idea because Pablo thinks deeper than what I thought.
Mm. Tama no. We will wait for more of Pablo's things to come dahil for, dahil nga yung kanyang first YouTube post pa lamang tatlong question marks yung nakalagay sa titulo eh. His first YouTube video has 3 question marks on it, and he is somehow practicing, excuse me, he's somehow practicing what he is preparing for January 28. And kauumpisa pa lamang ng kauumpisa pa lamang ng kanyang Twitter account, and also the YouTube channel. He has amassed more than 24,000 YouTube subscribers also. The same level as our bestie here, Paige. The same level. Pablo's YouTube already has 24,000 followers, 24,000 subscribers in just a span of 10 hours since it began, but it is already generating a buzz. Uh, Paige, are you somehow planning to make an initial reaction of what Pablo is planning? Because that was last Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. That first video of Pablo preparing on his upcoming solo was first released. That was Thursday midnight here in the Philippines. That was noontime Eastern. Do you have any plans for having a reaction video on the teaser that Pablo is preparing?
Yeah, so I reacted when I got home from work because it came out Wednesday for me. I reacted to his teaser. And I plan on reacting to the song when it's dropped. I also like after that I like wrote down the lyrics so I could like try to analyze them because like the lyrics were so good. So I think in my reaction I'm gonna talk more about the lyrics or try to at least try to like see if I can understand his brain, which I probably won't be able to, but we're gonna try. But yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait.
Oh, everybody really can't wait. Uh, i- Guys, kung may mga tanong pa kayo kaugnay ng upcoming solo single ni Pablo, you may ask our bestie here, and then I'll just browse I'll just browse here sa comment section and other tweets mula sa Twitter in case that I may find anything Sige lang, bato lang kayo.
Dad, do you have a question? Dad. Merky. Merky, do you have a question? You have a question for our bestie?
Go at the AK.
Si Mary Inong unmuted kanina. Mary, kung may tanong ka, please, bato lang kayo ng bato because I'm browsing lang muna dito sa iba't ibang mga social media platforms natin. May mga humahabol pa eh. Go ahead.
Wait, something popped out of my mind, bestie. I saw your tweet last time that you can tweet for your SB19 merch, right? So, what merch do you specifically have?
So the only stuff that I have right now with me is the Back in the Zone like merch box that has like the tumbler, and I have the banner and stuff. But I have a friend in the Philippines, the same one as Lydia, so we have like a lot of the same stuff. So I'm waiting on like a Dunkin' flask and the TM photo cards and my light stick. I can't wait to get my light stick.
Light stick. Oh my god.
And then I also ordered a lot of the Pagsible merch, like that Sony did. So waiting for that too. I don't know when it's gonna ship, but I'm just waiting. And I'm so excited.
I wish everyone had a light stick.
Oh my gosh, I know.
That's already going to rip my meager wallet here in the here in us. But I'm sure our bestie here, Paige, can afford it because she has a lot of dollars. But anyway,
I have no dollars after spending it on SB19. All my money is SB19.
Same.
Wait.
Same bestie.
Speaking of bestie, the bestie moniker that Paige earned from a radio station in Manila, DWRT 99.5. W- was was Paige already popular in using the bestie within the 18 circles before 99.5 RT used that, or was it the very first time that the radio station in Manila 99.5 RT used that term to describe our guest?
I don't know if they've ever used that word before, but when they use it, I was like, how did they know? And also Sony Music has said, like Sony Music Philippines has said bestie too. And I'm like, did I start something on accident? I was like, what is happening?
And you started becoming everyone's bestie.
I did. And everyone's my bestie. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
So Paige, it's been a few days since 99.5 RT featured you with that nickname Bestie on their radio program, especially with all those contemporary hit radio formats, including SB19. Uh, how many days did it take you to sink in that it looks like that slang term, that coinage is going to stick with you for as long as you're with the fan base?
Yeah, I don't think I can ever switch it up now. Not that I was planning to, but I think it's my brand now, so I have to just roll with it, which is fine. I love the word bestie. I think I overuse it, but it's okay. There's no such thing.
Everyone's
Right.
bestie.
Everyone's bestie. Yes.
Everyone. You're our bestie.
All right. Before we forget here, there is a question from Maribel Garlitos Magbanwa. If you would be given a chance to collaborate and make a song title that SB19 would be going to sing, what would it be?
The title of the song?
Yeah, if you would be given the chance to collaborate with the boys and release a song from stateside. Well,
I don't know if they would want me to do that. But oh my gosh, the title of the song. I have to really think about that because I have no idea. My goodness, does anyone have any recommendations? Because I'm not a singer. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I don't know if they should trust me with something like that.
Or I think maybe if you would have a chance to offer a song for SB19, what would it be?
Like a song that already exists.
Yes.
Oh, like for them to sing it.
Yes. Or your song for SB19, your personal song or like a personal
That I would like
message to a
dedicate to
song. Yes.
them. Oh gosh. Hold on. Let me look. Let me look at my playlist. Hold on. I feel like
Okay,
it would have to be a Bruno Mars song. I don't know which song, but I think it would have to be a Bruno Mars song because I love Bruno
ooh,
Mars.
another one of our Filipino heritage also, Bruno Mars.
Yes.
Bruno Mars song. Oh, I love it. I
Maybe
love it.
Talking to the Moon. I love that song.
Oh, I love that song too.
Like that would I feel like it would work. That's my song I dedicate to them. Because we're so far away. We have to talk to the moon, you know?
You have to talk to the moon.
Wow. Even our bestie has a little bit of puns regarding other artist songs such as Talking to the Moon. Anyway, let me browse first through some shout outs here. Uh we have a viewer from Claveria, Cagayan, Sir Daniel Oremalas. Naimbag garabii tayo amin Sir Edmar, kasta men ami padak mga Claverianos mabuhay. Si Mer si Mary Inong, ikaw yung Claveriano ka din, 'di ba? Eto may kababayan ka dito, si Sir Daniel Oremalas, ayan. Naimbag garabii kakabsat, hindi po si Sir Edmar ang kasama ninyo ngayong gabi ano, Sir Daniel Oremalas. Bale po, ito po ay special program po 'to ng mga kabataan. Kaya po kung yung mga Claverianos po, napakalakas kasi ng mga Claverianos. The bulk of our viewers are mostly Claverianos from a town up north in Luzon. Uh, and they are also very active. There are some youths who are also 18. Kaya Mary, if we could do a favor for you, tulungan mo kami na yung kung gaano kalakas din ang mga matatanda diyan sa inyo sa Claveria, pakigalaw-galaw mo din yung mga kabataan upang makaano din. Share the broadcast and also para magkaroon din sila ng representation here on this weekly show. Oh,
Yes
oh,
po.
ayan. We also have another colleague watching here, si Julie Ann Lizor. She just can't make it to the Zoom broadcast tonight, but she's watching. My Tito Reden ding lasan, Tito Reden from Kawaguchi City in Saitama Prefecture, pero tubong Bawan, Batangas siya. Tito Reden, thank you for watching. Then Rayami Gonzalez Camalon is also watching, another one of our regular Zoom guests, but she just can't make it tonight. Then there's also Pat Rosales, another one of our Rosales twins here at our broadcast. There's Elle and there's also Pat Rosales, another one who's with us. And all right, another curiosity that came up to me with regards to the recent developments sa loob ng mga Facebook groups. There is a circulating photo that says 18s would be under a so-called 18 lockdown, na there would be rules na wala munang engagement into fan wars with ano. Alam ko ito yung pinaka rule nating lahat ng mga 18. It is a rule that we should not engage in fan wars, but but the fallout exactly from the intense voting on Twitter, uh, there were some screenshots that have been kind of appearing that says that there are also 18s that are also armies and are also doing those double votes. Mm. what can you guys make of that? Anong punto de vista ninyo? Kasi ayan, ako man sa ganang akin na nagko-cover ng fan base nito, ngayon lamang kapag yung something intense of a votation, there would be some that would be kind of sad that one of their outcomes didn't happen, and then nagkakaroon na ng batuhan. What can you make of all those, especially si L yung pinaka spokesperson ko dito bilang ano siya kasi yung pinakamasugid na hawak ko ngayon, baraha ko ngayon. Ano ba sa tingin niyo, L? Ano ba sa tingin niyo, guys, with all with the fallout that's happening from the intense voting on Twitter? Anong punto de vista niyo patungkol diyan?
Actually, ako, Stephen, na witness ko yan. No? But for me, I always choose Pablo's line. Always choose to be kind, right? So,
Pablo said,
yes, Pablo said always choose to be kind. And I don't know about that 18 lockdown, but for me, let's just support the boys they're in whatever they are doing right now, and with all of what's happening here, social media and outside the world, because it's pandemic, right? It's pandemic. So just to support them and with those fan wars, and I think just treat each other with respect. For me, I don't want any fan wars. I really don't want that. But um, I always choose Pablo's line, and let's choose always to be kind with each other. And for that voting, the way that happened, I witnessed that. Sobrang ano siya eh, sobrang intense. It was intense. That's why maybe some fans, some 18 were carried away by their emotions, and let's just pray for whatever the result is. And I think whatever the result will be, there will be 18 that will support the boys, and I will be one of those. So let's just support them on whatever they want to do and what we will do in the near future, because like what they said always, 18 is their inspiration. 18 brought them to where they are right now. So let's just continue to be like following them and be kind for them. Be kind.
Okay, I greatly understand yung punto de vista mo, El, ano, especially with all the fallout coming from the results ng matindihang botohan talaga. It was really intense. Even if you put it in another language, the intensity is just kind of too hot to handle for some. But uh, going back to what you have said, the quotation ng ating pinuno si Pablo, always yung ano yung pagiging kind. Uh, I would like to ask our bestie here, Paige, what was the quotable quote from one of the SB19 members that you're also carrying with you on your everyday life, doing 9 to 5 jobs? What is the quotation that strikes you the most in going on with your everyday life there in the States?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't know if I mean, obviously Pablo's one that Elle said is such a good one, just because I think that a lot of times we forget that other people are going through stuff too. So if we're not nice to them and we don't know what they're going through, that could affect them badly. So if you're just kind to everyone, like being kind to one person could like make their whole day. So I think that one is just a really good one. I feel like Pablo has a lot of good quotes.
Yes.
His brain is just.
Yes, and Pablo's really a full force to be reckoned with. He's like a one man he's like a one-man army as a composer, a a dancer, and everything. Even he's very ano bang maangas, he's very powerful rapping. That was the term I was looking for. He's very maangas, the powerful rapping that he does. That is one full frontal package that Pablo is offering to the team. And speaking of Pab speaking of Pablo, um I would just like to ask everyone lamang. Kunin ko lamang yung mga punto de vista ninyo regarding this problem with the Google crediting another artist rather than SB19 dun sa mapa, di ba? Last Wednesday, I think isa sa mga nagtimbre niyan sa atin sina Princess Nicole Laudenio. Unfortunately, she's not here with us today. Nakita ko yung ilan sa mga tweets ng ilan sa mga 18 natin, and even yung mga screenshots about yung song crediting ng mapa, no? Especially the band version, yung collaboration nila with Ben and Ben. Iyon din yung ipinagtataka ko eh. My a little bit of confusion here is why is it that the collaborating artist is the first one to be credited rather than the original one? If you would search it sa Google, if you would search it sa Google, Ben and SB19 is the artist credit line that they use rather than SB19 featuring Ben and Ben. Uh, ano bang pinagagawa ng mga fans dito ngayon? Especially mga nakikita ko, they are submitting comments and correction notices to Google so that they could correct the artist crediting. Nagawa na ba ninyong lahat yan, guys? Kayong mga 18, sina Mary, sina Lance, kayong lahat. Nag-submit ba kayo ng mga correction comments sa Google regarding that?
No. No, Stephen.
Usual. Di pa.
But ako lang for me, medyo mahirap siya because I also love Ben and Ben. I love SB19 and I love Ben and Ben. And SB19 said that they learned a lot from Ben and Ben during the making of SB19 band, Mappa band version. So I think for me, I really don't have a problem with that because the band version of Mappa is good. It's really good. It's nice.
Yeah, it's really good, but I also understand where some of the 18s are getting their sympathies because Pablo is also, if I'm not mistaken, Pablo is the one who composed it and put the lyrics
Yes.
on mapa. If am I correct? Siya yung
Yes.
Yes, siya nga. At naiintindihan ko din yung pinaghuhugutan ng ilan sa mga 18 na medyo nanghihinayang bakit ang Ben and Ben pa yung nauunang ikredito kaysa sa SB19 in regards to the situation of artist crediting. Ayaw naman nating pagsabungin. We're not saying that there should be a feud between those fans of Ben and Ben and SB19. Ben and Ben is also famous in their own right. They are even having South Korean fans, to be exact. I mean, tama rin naman na kung ako ang masusunod, if I were the one to have it my way, I would like to put the original artist first on the credits before the featured artist or the collaborative one. I would write SB19 featuring Ben and Ben so that it would be a best of both worlds para wala naman siguro magagalit. Nobody would get mad. And going back to Paige, what would you be doing now with all of the intense of the intense voting on Twitter going back to normal just continuing to tweet Bazinga and trying to keep it all the way at the top. What are your future plans regarding SB19 content? Para po sa what are your future plans regarding SB19 content? Given that there are not much of activities in the for the rest of the month, if I'm not mistaken.
I think one of my things I'm looking forward to is the BBMAs again. Um, I think our fandom has grown so much within the past year, and the fact that we're like charting on Billboard every week, I feel like we really have a high chance of winning the top social category if they're nominees again. So fingers crossed. I think I'm really looking forward to that. I really hope. Oh, I'm just excited. I'm like already want to like start planning stuff, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself.
Uh, right. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Even though there would be not much to cover in the in the tail end of this month because excuse me. See, uh, there is honestly there would be not much to cover activities at the near the tail end of the month because the award shows are mostly done. The next ones would still be in May, and Paige is right. She's definitely right. Magkakaroon pa. There would be the BBMAs and the top social media. Aside from Lydia Lade, were you also having a role in the previous BBMAs last May, or you're mostly on the sidelines watching the other featured creators such as Lydia Lane taking the center stage on talking about the boys SB19?
I was tweeting, but that was happening during my like last couple weeks of college, so I couldn't really like actively participate because I was just so busy, but I was tweeting as much as I could, retweeting everything. Um, but this time I really want to like just tweet so much. Like I don't know. We'll have to me and Lydia are actually like friends and we talk every day, so maybe we'll have to like plan something for stuff like that when it happens. We'll see.
Oh, and speaking of Lydia, have you appeared in both of your respective podcasts or YouTube shows? You inviting Lydia to your own YouTube show, then she returned the favor to you.
Not yet. I know if you guys know Lou Treasure, I know we went live on her channel one time before, but I don't think we've ever like been on each other's channels. We've like mentioned each other, but we haven't like reacted together or anything. But maybe in the future, hopefully.
Hopefully we can watch it together in one video.
One video, yeah, not
No.
like on like over video chat. I know we want to so bad.
It would really be nice. Some of some of our 18s here, all of you who are present, and maybe all of those silent viewers who haven't let a comment put down here on our comment section would be really pumped up in case that you and Lydia would collaborate together. It would come to fruition. That would be that would be a very powerful thing to do, a very nice thing to do, given that both of you, Paige and Lydia, are very powerful content creators, with regards to 18. But I almost forgot this vital thing, especially with uh Paige. You have your own partner, right, in reaction videos, Paige and Jasmine, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
uh
yes. She's like taking a break right now. It's just me at the moment, just because she's busy and our schedules really just don't match up. So we're trying to figure it out. But for now, just me.
oh, for now it would be just you, but we're all fingers crossed we would have Jasmine in the near future,
Yes.
when the time comes for Jasmine to have a less workload than it used to be, then it will be great. Uh, all right, it is now almost 12 minutes before 9 o'clock in the evening here in the Philippines, almost 12 minutes before we hit 10 o'clock in the evening at our main headquarters in Yokohama. Uh, some parting words from Paige before we wrap her part, and then we will just have our final announcements before we wrap this baby up. Uh, Paige, what would be your message to your compatriots, your fellow countrymen, given that America is really diverse with blacks, whites, Latinos, and Asian Americans, a diverse mixture of races. And you're promoting SB 19, a Filipino act that has been really compete with all the global acts that have been known to man. What are your final advices to any compatriot of yours, all of those Americans, regardless of color, regardless of heritage, on how they could appreciate international acts such as SB 19? What would be your advice ev- to every
Mm.
man's Joe?
I feel like I would just tell them to give it a try. Like, what is there to lose? I mean, I know personally I've learned so much just about the cultural in general, like the Filipino culture, just by liking this group. And I think that a lot of people can learn a lot of things if they just, tried standing them or being a fan of them. So yeah, just give it a try. There's nothing to lose, just something to gain. So
Wow, that that one's
I'm curious,
strong.
so Stephen, what could we say to 18 right now? Some parting words for 18 here in the Philippines. Beach.
oh,
Our
what could I
bestie.
say?
Yeah,
Yes,
your parting
our
Oh,
words for
bestie.
my
18.
parting words. Oh my
For
gosh.
your besties
Well,
out there.
for my besties. Well, I just want to say thank you guys for talking with me, and I had so much fun. And definitely all of you DM me after and like just give me your links to stuff so I can follow you. But to everyone watching, thank you for watching and talking with us for the past 2 hours. Keep streaming Bazinga, keep streaming any SB 19 song, and yes, just keep streaming, keep tweeting, and I think that's all. I think that's all.
And
Whoa.
SB 19.
And
Keep on.
SB 19 world domination.
Yeah,
Yeah.
SB 19 world domination. Uh, for now, thank you, Lydia. No, not Lydia. Thank you, Paige. Thank you, Bestie, for joining us. But
Of
don't go
course.
yet, because we are still having 9 minutes more to go, and we will devote this time for some parting words about some events that would be forthcoming, and also some of the announcements about our station. Then, L guys, it is really a fun-filled 2 hours, almost 2 hours na magkasama tayo with our bestie Paige, from hindi natin masasabi. It is kind of hard to tell which station should take the credit for calling her bestie, but it is out there. She's really one heck of a fan na. Katulad ni Lydia, siya ay napamahal na sa atin. Everyone is appreciating her. Uh, tama nga, no? And even it's just a reciprocity, mga kasama natin. Kung tayo nga nagmamahal din sa iba't ibang mga international artists like BTS, other K-pop artists, and also sa tingin ko ako lamang yata yung mayroong pagmamahal din sa mga J-pop artists, sa mga Japanese pop artists katulad na lamang ng AKB48 or
Hindi ka
anything else
nag-iisa,
na mga international,
Stephen.
mga WOTAs, mga 48G. Pero ika nga natin, mas at winika rin yan ni ni former President Carlos P. Garcia, Filipino muna. At iyon yung ginagawa natin sa mga artist na katulad ng SB19. Parang ginagawa nating immortal ang kasabihan noon ni President Carlos P. Garcia na Pilipino muna, ipagmalaki natin ang sariling atin, yung kung saan tayo nagmula, the roots that come from our soil and being spread all across the world. Kung gaano nga natin kamahal ang ilan sa mga artista katulad ng mga K-pop artists, such as yung mga Blackpink, BTS, Twice, kung gaano rin natin kamahal ang ilan sa mga Japanese artists katulad ng AKB48 and also some of the comedians and also solo artists. Kahit nga yung isa sa mga Japanese artist na may dugong Filipino, Akimoto Sayaka, she is one of our bridges that make Japan much closer to the Philippines that we have all imagined. Sila nagdadala din ng ating bandera, distributing what Filipino is worth across the world, and and even foreign content creators such as Lydia and Paige, our guests tonight, really are taking their time to promote ang ating mga 18. Tayong mga 18, ang ating mahalima, kaya tayong lahat, dangan nga lamang kailangan ko ding manawagan sa ating mga kasamahan dito na by next week, sana'y makabawi-bawi na tayo ng mga kasamahan natin dito dahil nagkataon lamang. It is a mere coincidence that marami ang nasa mga festivals katulad na lamang ng dinagyang sa Iloilo, and then also yung iba't ibang mga kapiyastahan ng Santo Niño, kaya mga kung nagtataka po maski si Sir Edmar ay wala kung bakit wala yung maraming kasamahan natin. We have lots and lots of absent people for this week ay dahil patuloy pa rin ang mga kapiyastahan kaugnay ng Santo Niño at siguradong maiintindihan naman tayo. Pero by next week, hopefully, kung tayo ay magkakaroon ng mga malakihan pang activities regarding our boys, and oo nga, no? Next week, it is going to be a few hours after Pablo's release. Mapapag-usapan sana natin yun sa mga susunod na panahon. And we would also continue to have foreign content creators and also some of the locals and even yung mga kamag-anakan ng mga SB19 members. By the way, it is my last ace in the card for our bestie here. Paige, my one last firing cannon here. Do you happen to know or follow some of the relatives of the SB19 members, such as their mothers, their next of kin, because even they are also put in the spotlight regarding the success of the boys. Do you happen to follow some of them, such as their mothers, their relatives?
I think I just follow all of the moms, and I follow Pablo's dad and brother. And I actually am subscribed to one of his sisters on YouTube. I watch her videos. And then I follow Yanni too.
Tita
I think
Gemma.
that's it.
How
Oh,
about
yeah,
Tita
Yanni.
Gemma?
Of course, I follow Tita Gemma. She is a queen.
Oo. Mga kasamahan natin ha, mga 18, pag sumikapan natin na makuha natin ang mga magulang, ang mga pinakamalalapit. Because this is one of the big targets that we are trying to do here, na makapanayam natin yung palapit na palapit. We are getting closer to the inner circle, and maybe kung sakasakaling magtuloy-tuloy pa po ito, we would have the boys here. We will find a way when they would be having their time here at the station, here at Mabuhay Radio Japan Worldwide. So once again, thank you, Paige, and also your YouTube channel, Paige X Pop, for gracing this broadcast. We have gone back to back with foreign content creators such as Lydia Lane and now Paige. It is like a mountain that is getting higher and higher, just like Mount Everest. Hindi mo masasabi kung sino na naman ang ating makukuha at pahirap ng pahirap. Kaya alam ko 18, dangan nga lamang kailangan nating ang pagkakaisa ng mga silent majority natin dito na magkaroon din tayo ng puwersa. Ipakita natin na kung gaano natin kalakas na nahila, naimbita sina Lydia and Paige, we would have the closest of relatives nila, yung mga yun yung isa sa mga pinakamahirap ngunit kayang-kaya nating abutin. Kailangan natin ang tulong ninyo at alam kong magagawa natin iyan sa tulong ng ating station management at pati kayo. Ika nga po ni Ma'am Love Grace Gracias Estabilio, our general manager of the station over there in Yokohama. Madam Love Grace Gracias Estabilio is mentioning me that I'm just a humble captain of this ship. Ginagawa ko lamang po ang trabaho ko, ginagambari natin ang lahat ng mga bawat episodes linggo-linggo. Kung medyo nababawasan man po ang mga viewers natin, siguro po may mga tamang kadahilanan po kasi patuloy pa rin po ang Dinagyang Festival, mga piyesta po ng Santo Niño. Maiintindihan naman siguro tayo ng ating po mag-sweetheart, sina Sir Edmar and Ma'am Love Grace Gracias Estabilio. Kaya asahan ninyo sa mga susunod na linggo pa, we will keep on doing Gambare Masyo to invite content creators and even the relatives. Dahil iyon naman po talaga ang dahilan kung bakit po nilikha ang palatuntunan ito, to be an avenue for content creators and even 18 to jam with us and have a good time. It is a weekend bonding and I'm sure Paige kindly help us out promoting this show. This happens every week from 7 in the evening here in the Philippines until 9 o'clock. That is from si- from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Eastern. That is during standard time, but during daylight time, it is going to be the same time slot from 7 to 9 a.m. when the daylight saving time arrives. That's why we just keep on doing it. Sugod lamang tayo ng sugod at padayon lamang. Before we end this broadcast, I would like to address something kung sakaling nagtataka ang mga Claberianos natin kung bakit wala masyadong broadcast all throughout the week. Get well soon to our station manager, Sir Edmar Estabilio. Talagang nagpagod siya kahit na medyo hindi pa maganda ang kanyang lalamunan na ma-set up niya from our Yokohama headquarters itong ating audio links and everything that comes with the technicality. Kaya let's tip a hat. Let's give him a tip of a hat to Sir Edmar Estabilio for making this thing possible. To also to my co-producer here, El Rosales, siya yung fan coordinator, our co-producer, and also on behalf of Princess Nicolau Denyo, who is also not present, but she is also doing her job bilang co-producer of this show to invite many people who are pretty much a part of the lives of 18. Yung mga nanay, mothers, the relatives, and maybe even the stylists. Lahat sila ay pinagsusumikapan po na maimbita ng team na pinagtiwalaan po ng atin pong station management dyan sa Yokohama. At sana po by the next week, kapag wala nang masyadong festival, muli tayo makakarami-rami ulit tayo mga kasamahan dito. 2 minutes after 9 o'clock in the evening here in the Philippines. It is now 2 minutes after 10 o'clock in the evening in Yokohama, Japan. And it is now 2 minutes after 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Muli, salamat po sa lahat ng ating po mga nakasama sa nakalipas na 2 oras. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for keeping us your company on this weekend offering na dala ng Mabuhay Radio Japan Worldwide. Antabayanan nyo din sa mga susunod na panahon kapag bumuti-buti na po ang kalagayan ni Sir Edmar Estabilio yung kanya pong lalamunan, makakabalik na po siya sa kanyang program na Rumaragas ang Balita, the nightly newscast happening every 7:30 to 10 o'clock in the evening Philippine time. That is 8:30 to 11 o'clock Japan time. Mangyayari din po yan, and then every Saturday it is going to be the 18 nights with yours truly, and then every Saturday then right after this show, napansin ko lang last week Pagkatapos ng ating programa ay susundan naman tayo ni Sir Edmar Estabilio sa kanyang kwentuhan at huntahan Saturday that happens every 9:15 to 11 p.m. every Saturday. At ang kanyang programa naman na Dear Kuya that happens every Saturday from 8 to 11 in the evening Philippine time. Doon naman siya nagbabasa ng mga love letters, all of the pieces of advice that comes from our listeners. Kaya po pakatutukan niyo po 'yan. At sa mga susunod na panahon, when our station manager gets better with his voice, makakabalik siya. And I salute his great dedication for this profession sa kanyang pagbo-broadcast. We're pretty much out of time, and once again, thank you Paige, thank you mga 18 for this time na inaalat ninyo 2 oras linggo-linggo. Magkikita-kita pa rin po tayo kada Sabado at nawa po asahan ninyo na patuloy pa rin pong dumami at lumawak ang ating sakop from Facebook to Twitter, kasi viewing this ay ang dami pa ring nagti-tweet, nagre-retweet ng ating naging broadcast tonight sa Twitter. Doon pa sa Twitter tayo malakas kaya parang ubos sa Facebook. Sorry po maybe sa Twitter yata nalipat ang gayuma ng ating mga viewers ngayong gabi. But anyway, diyan po muna nagtatapos ang ating lingguhang programa, ang atin pong 18 Nights. On behalf of the men and women ng Mabuhay Radio Japan Worldwide, our station manager, Sir Edmar Estabilio from Yokohama, our general manager, Ma'am Love Grace Gracias Estabilio, also on behalf of the field reporters natin, mga Senbat sa patrol reporters natin, Sir Red Kapusan, Andy Vital, Camille Miles Albercataa, who assisted us on our technical side at our master control dyan sa San Mateo Rizal. There's also Kate Bumanlag, Dr. Rubiky Strobal, Louis Alonso Belmonte, Gloria Villas, Richard Gamiao, Maylin Tarok Agkawili, thank you. Sa ating mga reporters on the field, Christian Calevoso, thank you. Si Willie Chongson, Ding Ruedas, Benji Anchokya, thank you. And also, salamat din sa ating mga co-producers, sina Princess Nicole Audenio and El Rosales, sila ang mga fan coordinators na nagpapagod upang makahanap tayo ng mga guest gabi-gabi. Hindi pala gabi-gabi, tuwing Sabado pala. Sila ang mga tumutulong sa akin kung bakit tayo nagiging successful. At ako naman, this has been yours truly, ang inyo pong total news entertainer, ang inyo pong fortune cookie ng Mabuhay Radio Japan Worldwide. Send buds sa Patrol number 2, Stephen Saraspe Perez from our regional headquarters here in Batangas City, Philippines. Nag-iiwan po sa inyong lahat ng isang magandang gabi from here in the Philippines. Thank you very much for joining us. Domo arigato gozaimasu. At mayroon pa ho tayong ilang linggo at hindi lang ilang linggo, ilang buwan pat mga taon na gugugulin dito sa ating programa. Basta't ang 18 ay sama-sama, hindi bumibigay at sugod lamang, padayon lamang. Thank you and good night. Anatamo, minano ko koronisa korasake.
Thank you, Bestie.
7 minutes after 9 o'clock. Bye-bye. And
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for spending time
Thank you.
with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Bestie.
Building dreams? Fine construction? A strong foundation for tomorrow? Concrete plans for your needs? We are nailing it. J2 Alcantara Group of Companies, owner of JB Alcantara Builders, committed in producing quality performance edifices. General contractor, heavy equipment rental. Also offers dump truck, payloader, backhoe or excavator, road roller, road grader, transit mixer, self-loader, pump crate, tracking service or trailer, and bunker. Jordarian Hardware, bringing you close to your building ideas. General contractor also offers sand and gravel, lumber, RC pipes, PC post, concrete hollow blocks, ready mixed concrete, Class A, tires, oils and lubricants, industrial machineries and farm machineries, Petrolux Fuel Station, fueling the future. And introducing Petrolux Food Mart, located at National Highway AH26, Barangay Di Balyo, Claveria, Cagayan Valley. Mr. and Mrs. Johan B. Alcantara of 160 Simana Street, Barangay Centro 4, Claveria, Cagayan Valley, Proprietors.
On air, online, live from Yokohama. This is Mabuhay Radio Japan Worldwide. Serbisyo sa bawat Pilipino sa mang sulok ng mundo. Walang takot, walang pinapaborang. Mabuhay Radio Japan Worldwide. Serbisyo sa bawat Pilipino saan mang sulok ng mundo. Walang takot, walang pinapaborang. This is Mabuhay Radio Japan Worldwide.